boy they called Yeshua vanished from Jerusalem when he was 12, just after astonishing the temple elders with questions no child should know to ask. His parents claimed he had gone to work with distant relatives, but whispers among Galilean traders spoke of a restless boy who boarded a caravan eastward. The scrolls found centuries later in a Ladaki monastery told a different story, one of a foreign youth named Issa, who spoke in parables and walked barefoot through Kashmir, learning the Vedas with Brahmins and meditating by the Ganges under silent stars that mirrored the stillness in his eyes. This Issa showed reverence to Vishnu and compassion for untouchables, speaking not of sacrifice, but of awakening. In the temples of Jagannath, he questioned the sages about Atman, and when told it was the self, infinite and eternal, he did not nod, but wept. They say he stayed with sadhus in the forests of Orissa, fasting 40 days under Bodhi trees, until he glimpsed the cosmic web binding all souls in a dance of karma and mercy. He studied Ayurveda, healed the sick with touch and breath, and absorbed the Upanishads not merely as texts but revelations. It was here that Issa learned the illusion of duality, that man and divine were one, and it was this awakening that would become the fire beneath his later teachings. But as he spoke of love that disregarded caste and law, the priest grew cold, and once again, he vanished. What followed was a void in every official gospel, a blank space wrapped in silence. When he returned at 30, no one asked where he had been. The stories of his travels were deemed heretical by early councils, cut from the canon as Rome forged its empire of faith. The scroll that bore his name, locked in a Himalayan vault, spoke of his trial not at Golgotha, but in India, where he defied death first by ego, not nails. These records were declared apocrypha, not because they were false, but because truth unchained would undo the edifice of power built in his name. No shepherd could lead if the flock awakened to the divine within. The core twist lies in his silence. Jesus never proclaimed himself God in the way later taught. He proclaimed that all beings carried the seed of divinity. The kingdom of heaven was not a far-off reward, but a state attainable through union, with self, with truth, through compassion. This teaching, born in the East and buried by the West, threatened too much, rendering priests and emperors obsolete. So his missing years were not lost, but erased, gently excised like a tumor from history, leaving only questions written between the lines of scripture and the faint echo of Sanskrit murmured in Aramaic prayers.